And now, a flowchart with
Flow! Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of the Floechart series. This is episode 3, and we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite talk about topic that no one actually quite grasps. It's footsies. And you know, everyone talks about footsies, and everyone thinks that they understand footsies, but what are footsies? Well, footsies at the very basic level is it's whiff punishing. It's really just simple whiff punishing. Now it gets a lot more complicated from there, but that's the basic idea, is it's whiff punishing, you know? The process of whiff punishing comes from a few things. One, your reactions to see the move and whiff punish it. And another thing is forcing them to actually press a bad button in the situation that you want them to press it in. Because if they're pressing the right buttons in every situation, you're not going to get hit, and you're just stuck, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I always lose. My buttons always lose. There's a lot of misconceptions of what footsies are. People think, just pressing buttons and buffering in moves is footsies. And while that can be a part of it, it's not the essence of footsies. Footsies, like I said, breaks down to whiff punishing and forcing people to press bad buttons in the situations that you want them to press it in. So I have a quick example, just, basic stuff. This is literally the most basic version of footsies, just so you can understand. Okay, let's go over here. So you guys wanted examples, still got you examples. So, okay, as you can see, we use pressing and crouching forward, right? I want to stay right outside his range. That is the exact range I want to be at. And what do I want to do? I mean, that wasn't really whip punish, but basically, you want to whip punish. You want to go back and forth. See, now I'm too close. I'm not in the right range. This, I'm too far. Yeah, it's going to whiff on me, but I can't do anything. What you want to do, the reason that people walk back and forth is they walk into a range where their button should work, their favorite button should work, and then they walk out and they whiff punish. That's the essence of footsies. Basically, you want to walk in and out. This is why you always see people doing this walking back and forth thing, because they want to walk into the range and walk out, and force them to press that button. Which will come into patience also. You also want to have the patience to not press the bad button, to understand that this person is baiting you to press that button. And that's the whole thing. That's what footsies come down to. There's a lot of things about this, but we also have a good example from, there was a match between Momochi and Kazunoko that you're seeing right now. And in this match, you see the essence of this. Literally, Momochi will walk forward, and right when Kazunoko thinks, oh, he's in my crouching forward range, Momochi will take one step back and hit him. And that is why, in my opinion, Momochi probably has the best footsies in the world. Players you probably want to watch to learn footsies, in my opinion, would be Momochi, of course. Ricky Ortiz has amazing footsies. Justin Wong has amazing footsies. Alex Valle, amazing footsies. John Choi. A lot of the old school players will have amazing footsies because a lot of the games came down to how good your footsies are. And just watch how they move. Watch how they move and when they press a button and when they don't press a button, because that's equally important. So, Street Fighter 4. Everyone talks about footsies in Street Fighter 4. The thing about footsies in Street Fighter 4 is they weren't really footsies. They were to an extent, but focus negates footsies. Now, you're probably like, oh, why would focus negate footsies? That's not a footsie blend or anything. It's because a lot of people, or a lot of top players at least, will, when they're looking to whiff punish, they won't necessarily be looking for the exact button that you do press. They're thinking about what button you should press in that situation. If I'm at crouching forward range, your correct button to press is crouching forward. Now, because they're looking for just a telltale sign of something that you should press this crouching forward, when you do just a focus in footsie range, their spider sense goes off in their head to go, oh, a button's coming out, it's time I can whiff punch it. And then they do that sweep, and their sweep gets focused. And that's why a lot of people say that focus kind of killed footsies. And Street Fighter 4 footsies are not really the same kind of footsies that they would be in another game, you know? But yeah, footsies are apparent in every game. Literally, anything you can think of will have some essence of footsies. You have to try and find your best footsie buttons even, with the characters that you're choosing. Now, the way to do this is, you'll probably look at how quick the move comes out, how far the move goes, and how safe the move is. Recovery is also a very important thing, because while it's not just whiff punishing in the range that, okay, my crouching forward is this range, my sweep is this range, it's also, hey, they pressed this button, I can walk forward into their range after the recovery and press my own crouching forward to beat their crouching forward, even though I'm at the range where my crouching forward should whiff. And that's also another very important part of footsies. So find your best footsie button. Most of the time, it's safe to assume it's going to be a crouching forward or a sweep with the character of your choice. But that is the best way to practice. You can just go into a match and tell yourself, okay, I just want to work on footsies. I just want to work on whiff punishing. Just try and walk back and forth in and out of their ranges and try and whiff punish as best as you can. And eventually you'll get it done. Practice and practice and practice. It's a hard concept. It's definitely a hard concept. But the more you play, the more it'll help. And the right games will also help improve your footsies. My footsies weren't very good until I started playing CVS 1 of all games. CVS 1 was an extremely footsie heavy game, and it forced me to learn footsies. And I believe that with Street Fighter 5 at least, it's going to be another one of those games that will force you to learn footsies. And I know a lot of you are here because of Street Fighter 5, so hopefully this will help you, take your footsie game to the next level. Again, try and watch those players, try and understand why they're pressing the buttons that they do, and hopefully your footsie game can go to the next level. And I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to follow, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah, and upgrades, right? I'm like in the sky. And I still love you. I will see you guys next time on the Floechart series. Goodbye everyone.
And that was a flowchart with
Flow!